Good morning. It is November 2nd and I have a letter to open, Happy Mail. I actually got this, I think I got it back in July. I really want to apologize to the sender. There is no return address, so I'm not for sure exactly who the sender is. Hopefully they put their information on the inside. I was so happy when I went to my P.O. box and saw this letter. I don't know, it's like my first fan mail, I think. I've exchanged Happy Mail with a couple other viewers. I've exchanged trading cards with a couple other viewers, but I will have to say this definitely looks like a handwritten letter. So this is my first handwritten letter. Thank you so much. Again, I want to apologize for taking way too long to respond to this. Whoever you are that sent me this, I hope you're still watching. I'm usually not this slow. I've just been traveling a lot the last couple of months. I'm a bit of a hoarder, and so this has just been sitting right here on my desk, and I've been looking at it every morning. I've been admiring it. But I gotta open it. My husband's been on my butt. He's like, why have you not opened it? I have no good excuse. I have no good excuse, and please forgive me for taking forever to open it. So I'm gonna open it now, and it better not make me cry, and this better not be a prank, because I'm gonna be really upset if it's a prank. I don't think it is. So I'm not for sure if I'm going to read it exactly out loud. Let's make sure it's nothing personal. Let's see. Dear 80s Toy Hunter, I'm Hayden. I'm not going to say his last name. I can't even pronounce anything. I'm 12 and a half years old. I go to, I don't want to say his middle school. You know what? He's saying a lot of personal information. I don't want to say it out loud. I love your videos and you are funny. Oh, thank you. And he's been a fan of my channel ever since 2017. Thank you. I'm a fan of retail, arcades, seashells, Pokemon, Legos, coin pushers, maps, and Mario Kart 64. I'm a fan of all that except for Mario Kart. I am not good at it. Sorry, I'm not good at it. My favorite track is, songs. I'm not a music person, so I'll have to ask my niece what song that is. Back memories and blizzards and snow. Oh! They've been snowmobiling. Oh, and they want me to do a video against Clawdude. I watch him. He's great. He's from Texas, and I'm actually going to Texas next year. So maybe I'll email him and see if he wants to do a video together. I actually have been to his area, but I didn't know at the time that he was in that area. So yeah, I would, if I ever go to Texas, or not if I already have a hotel reserved. Next year when I go to Texas, I will totally email Clawdude and see if he wants to do a video together, because we both love Star Trek coin pushers. And this kid loves Star Trek coin pushers. Oh my god. He found the Willy Wonka coin pusher and won over 2,800 tickets in 1 hour. That's really, really good. So this is a fan from my arcade videos. I haven't been doing that many arcade videos in the last couple weeks. I'm not giving it up. I'm still going to arcades. Matter of fact, we're going to Dave & Buster's tomorrow. Like I said earlier, I've just been traveling a lot. And let's see. This kid's uncle owns an arcade in New York called Funorama Fun Park. And they have coin pushers. Funorama. That's a good name. And do you have cookies in your From your good friend. Keep this. Okay. I didn't read it all out loud because he said some personal information. So Hayden, thank you so much for writing me this letter. Hopefully you're still watching my channel. Again, I'm so sorry I took forever. I am so glad that you are a huge fan of my arcade videos. I wish you would have included a return address, because I would love to send you something back. So if you're still watching and you want to send me an email so I can write you back, I would love that. I'm going to keep this letter forever, and I am so sorry that I took forever to respond. So this is so much fun. So anyway, I'm sorry that was like the worst read ever, because I didn't know what I could say out loud. I don't want to betray this kid's confidentiality. So I love this letter. Thank you very much. So speaking of this letter, so anyone who wants to send me letters or fan mail, or I don't really want to call it fan mail, I'm not like famous or anything, Happy Mail. They call it Happy Mail and Friend Mail. If you want to send me something in the mail, if you go to my main channel page under About, I have an email address and I have my P.O. box. I actually go to the post office every day because my full-time job is selling. I have my own internet business and I sell product, and so I am going to the post office every day. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you know I used to have my postman come to my house and pick up stuff, but I had an issue with theft. So now I actually drive to the P.O. box every day. So I will check my P.O. box every day. I usually only check it once a week, but I'm going to check it more often because I have been getting a couple other things, Happy Mail, and this just really made my day. So thank you, Hayden. It was Hayden, right? That's it. Am I saying his name right? I am the worst. Hayden, I was right. I like that spelling too. Hayden. I like that. And oh my god, this is the best letter ever. So yes, Hayden, I will send an email to Claw Dude and I will see if he wants to do a video next year, if he wants to play Star Trek Corpusher against me. I guess we could do it, like, I could do it in St. Louis, he can do it in Texas, but I have watched him for a long time, so maybe he'd be willing to do it in person. We'll see. The other thing, thank you so much for this letter. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. So I wanted to talk about pen pals and Happy Mail and Friend Mail. So this made my day, because back in the day, like, I don't want to really age myself, but a long time ago in the 80s and 90s, we had these things called pen pals. So we would write letters. I mean people in my age group back in the 80s and 90s. I would write letters to pen pals and we'd correspond back and forth. Because, you know, we didn't have iPhones. This was way before the internet. And so to talk to kids your own age, you would write out letters like Hayden did to me. This is awesome. And so back in the day, before the internet, the way that you wrote to family members, or if you wanted to write to strangers, popular teen magazines at the time, in the back of the magazine, kids would write in with their addresses. And then this was way before anyone had to worry about psycho stalkers finding them at home. Yes, people would have their actual addresses published in these magazines. I think they might have had P.O. boxes back then, but for the most part, I think it was actual street addresses. Back then, we didn't worry about weirdos tracking us down. It was very safe back then. And so you would write to these people, these kids in these magazines, and sometimes they would write back, sometimes they didn't because they got a lot of requests. And so I think I even had my name published once. And so I had a lot of pen pals. So I actually still have a couple things that have survived over the years. So what I did was, this is an index box card holder, and I would make an index card of every single pen pal I had with their info and their likes. So when I talked to them, we talked about relevant stuff, and just all their information. And it was just so much fun. And I think I'd actually send it to them so they would fill it out, and then I would keep it in my index card holder. And I'll show this in a minute. And then I had a pen pal from Germany, and she sent me this leather pen case. Yeah, I've had this for like over 20 years, and I think it still has some pens from when I was a kid. Let me see if any of these pens look old. Yeah, like, just a highlighter, CPA. This is a CPA review. This is from 20 years ago when I took a CPA class. So none of these look like really special. Oh, what was this? Yeah. This is, I think, is this? No, that's just a plain purple pen. I know this one's old. I remember that. They're not any cutesies. Like, they're nothing cutesy pens. So maybe these aren't, I don't know. They're nothing special. I was hoping maybe there was some 80s themed pens in here, but they're not. They're just plain old pens that are extremely boring pens that are from 20 years ago. One of the very first click pencils. I remember when click pencils first came out, when you didn't have to sharpen a wooden pencil. Like, here is a wooden pencil. And then this is what I grew up with. And then I think they came out with these sometime in, like, I don't even want to know if it was like grade school or high school. But when they came out with these, we all had to go to the store and buy them. These were the best things ever. So anyway, these are just a couple mementos that I've saved through the years. My biggest regret is throwing away all my pen pal letters. You know, through life, some things are more important to you at certain times in your life, and pen paling was very important to me as a kid. And then when I moved and I had tons of stuff to pack and move, one of those mini moves, I guess I decided these letters weren't important to me anymore, and I threw them away, and that is absolutely 100% one of my biggest regrets. I still wish I had that box of pen pal letters. I don't. So this is at this point in my life why I definitely don't throw stuff away unless it's just true garbage or I need space, because or my basement's full. Let's just say it. I'm a bit of a hoarder. I'm a clean hoarder though, because I've thrown so much stuff away throughout my life that I regret it later, and that it's like, I'm done. Don't throw anything away, because you're gonna regret it later in life. So, and don't blame me if you become a hoarder. Let me show you, so these cards, so this is all the index. See how many pen pals I had? I'm just gonna pull out a couple to show you. I'm sure, let's see. Oh, okay, so this is what this was. So we would send this through the mail, so, and we'd get it. So anyway, it's an envelope, and it has tons of people's little address labels on it. I'm showing you this because this is from like over 20 years ago. Don't send anything to these people. I'm sure they're no longer there. Look, this is New Kids. Right here, Jordan's favorite girl. This is what this lady's name was. So you would get your address label, you put your address label on it, and then you would put a bunch of address labels in here, and then you'd write down everyone's name, and you'd add your name to the list, and then your next pen pal letter, you'd send it to your next pen pal. And so it was like, it just traveled around where everyone would add their name, and that way, this is an easy way that they would get extra people to write to. And this, please leave 5 to 11 labels in bag. Feel free to take some out. When signing in, please add deco and more this bag, and make this bag funky. Funky. Does anyone use that word anymore? It's a good word. For Pauline loves Polly. Also loves Jordan K, which is Jordan Knight. So this was totally 90s. This is from the 90s. Marky Mark and 90210. Oh my god, that's hilarious. So, and then these are all just like paper. This is going to end up being a long video. These are all like paper scraps. This is like, if you watch my other channel, you know I'm kind of into junk journaling right now. I've been doing it my whole life without even realizing it. Like, look at these business cards I kept. These are business cards that people sent me, kids sent me back in the day when I was a kid. And then, like, you know how we had these return labels? Like, you could get them for, like, super, super cheap. So everyone had them. People, I think, still use return labels. And then, like, you'd write, like, this, here's the return label, and it says, write back soon. And then just random paper. So, anyway, I'm trying to find these cards that I made. So problems that kids have is the same today as it was 20 years ago, like bullying and feeling like not liked, like feeling like people don't like them. Because here is this card that these people passed on. Have a happy day, pass on. One of the worst habits any person any age can have is putting their self down. I know someone who do this quite often, but even close friends get tired of hearing it. Besides, other people may not share your same negative opinion. They will if they hear it so much that they will end up believing you. A person should give others a chance to like them. In order to do this, you must accept yourself. If you are unable to like yourself, then you are unable to be liked by others. Well, that's not really a happy thought, but anyway, someone typed this out and made a whole bunch, and I was supposed to send it to other people. So that was just some kids' like thoughts and feelings that they wanted to share. And this is how we shared it back in the day. We didn't have Facebook or the internet. Anyway, so this is what I would do. This was Tracy from Tennessee, and then this is my writing. Like, I would say, I'd send it to them, and it says name, and I had much better handwriting back then. Name, address, birthday, hobbies, things you like to collect, and number of pen pals that person had. And I like to ask what they collect, so that way I would send them like stickers and paper scraps of stuff that they liked. And then any comments. And so she wrote on the back, I love Christian Slater. Oh my god. Does anyone even know who Christian Slater is anymore? I loved him. Decorate if you want and send home to Jen. And then I would add, this is from the early 90s. So I would write every time I received a letter from them. So I received one January of 92, February 92. This person wrote me twice a month. So this was actually 3 times this month, quite regular. So January through August we wrote. And so I don't know why we, it just kind of 92. This one's also 91. So it looks like 91 and 92. It was my big pen paling years. So just all these cards. Oh my God. I might just do a video just reading 90 memories because they're all talking about like what their favorite stuff is. So yeah, if you guys want me, if anyone's interested in me like reading all these cards in one video, let me know, because Hayden's video, 5-minute thank you video, has turned into a 15-minute pen pal video. So I'm putting this stuff away. The whole point of this video was I really wanted to thank Hayden for the letter, and I wanted to just comment that if anyone wants to send me letters, if you include your return address, I will absolutely write you back. If you want to exchange Happy Mail, I will absolutely exchange Happy Mail with you. If you watch my junk journaling channel and you want to swap junk journal books or junk journal scraps, I totally would love to do that too. I can't really respond to the comments down below with my address again, so remember, go look under the About on my bio page. It seems to be that whenever I respond with my email address or YouTube removes that comment, it might be against like their privacy guidelines, which is perfectly understandable. You don't want everyone seeing your address. That's why I have a PO box. I'm sure that's why this kid didn't write his address. But Hayden, if you want me to, write you back, email me. So I loved it. I loved it. You really made my day. And again, Hayden, I apologize for taking 6 months to respond. What can I say? I have no good excuse. And I will be going back to Dave & Buster's tomorrow to see if they have any new Star Trek cards. And the other reason is they have the new Terminator virtual reality game. Well, they have this big virtual reality game, and they can add different movies to it. And they just added Terminator, which opened this weekend today. And I am definitely, let me show you. Hold on one second. This is the new movie, Terminator. What is it called? Terminator Dark Fate. This is a poster I got for free. These are sunglasses. I got this for free at Comic-Con. So this Terminator is one series that I absolutely love, and I definitely look forward to watching this movie. And I just dropped my sunglasses. Long story short, Dave & Buster's just added this as a virtual reality game, and so I need to go do the game and do a review because it costs $6. So I like to do a review and tell people if it's really worth it or not. Most 99% of the games at Dave & Buster's are worth it, are cheap, but for whatever reason, this virtual reality game, I'm sure it's very expensive to make this machine. They charge $6 a pop for a 2-minute adventure. Could be maybe 5 minutes, but it's not long, and so that's a bit expensive. So I like to review it and tell people whether it's worth it or not. And it's Terminator. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you, Hayden, again. And to anyone else, if you write me or send me a postcard or send me junk, as long as it's not rude, I will respond. And I appreciate it. And I might even do a video if I get enough Happy Mail. I might do videos. Just depends. I love Graveyard Girl is one of my favorite YouTubers, and she does like Swamp Family Mail videos. I love watching those. Very interesting. And if you guys want me to open stuff, I will. And if you send me weird food and you want me to make my nieces eat them, I totally will do that too. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you later.